Hello everyone, my name is Nayawich Duab, and today I will be presenting Sharia, the enforcement of Islamic law. First, I would like to explain what Sharia law is or what definitions I've gathered. Sharia in Arabic means the path or way to water, meaning it serves as a guidance in all aspects of Muslim life. For centuries, Muslim scholars have given a broad definition, and as a legal system, it is also very broad. Sharia has a reflecting diversity of interpretations on how Muslims have attempted to best understand and practice their faith. Sharia, also known as Islamic sacred law, influences the legal code in most Muslim nations. There are punishments under Sharia law, which can differ in various Islamic countries and court rulings. There are categories of offenses: those that are prescribed as a specific punishment in the Quran that are mandated and fixed by God or Allah, known as had punishments. There are 5 had crimes: unlawful sexual intercourse, sex outside of marriage and adultery, false accusation of unlawful sexual intercourse, wine drinking, which sometimes can extend to or include all alcoholic drinking, theft, and highway robbery. Punishments for had offenses branch into flogging, stoning, amputation, exile, or execution, which are more of the extreme punishments and are widely covered in the media more often. The background and history of when Sharia law all started with the Prophet Muhammad. Before Islam, the nomadic tribes in the Arabian Peninsula worshipped idols, but were dysfunctional in governing the people. Muhammad introduced a new religion into this chaotic Arab world called Islam. The followers were called Muslims. During his lifetime, Muhammad helped clarify the law by interpreting provisions in the Quran and acting as a judge in legal cases. Thus, Islamic law, the Sharia, became an integral part of the Muslim religion. Sharia was actually developed several hundred years after the Prophet Muhammad's death in 632 Common Era, as the Islamic Empire expanded to the edge of North Africa in the west and to China in the east. Since the Prophet Muhammad was considered the most pious of all believers, his life and ways became a model for all Muslims and were collected by scholars into what is known as the Hadith, which is the collection of traditions containing sayings of the Prophet Muhammad and his daily practices. Reform of particular parts of Sharia norms have been addressed in Pakistan, but many Pakistanis feel the country would be westernized. They want Sharia law as the only source of legislation, and therefore all penal laws of Sharia are fully enforced. Today, Sharia has continued to be reinterpreted and adapted to changing circumstances and new issues. In the modern era, the influences of Western colonialism generated efforts to codify it. Many American Muslims, like other religious communities who rely on scriptures and religious principles to guide their life, look upon Sharia as a personal system of morality and identity. The vast majority of American Muslims see no conflict between their religious obligations and values and the U.S. legal system. For some, adherence to Sharia means keeping some or all of the religious observances, such as prayer, fasting, or charitable giving. For others, Sharia also affects religious practices and rituals concerning personal matters, such as marriage, divorce, dress, inheritance, business, transactions, and property. Sharia law has been viewed as an extreme and unjust legal system by Muslims, but that extreme form has only been practiced by radical Muslims in such groups such as the Al-Qaeda spin-off known as the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, or ISIS. Those groups have caused wide panic in many nations, including the U.S., and has unfortunately disrupted the peaceful practice of true Sharia, and has caused a terrible reputation of the Muslim people. Furthermore, having people feel the need to eradicate the religion of Islam and the people, including any influence that it is feared, will make its way into the legal systems. I believe that if the legislation barred or restricts any consideration of foreign law or religious law is a direct violation of the First Amendment, unless it becomes a matter of public safety and or a violation of human rights. I would like to end my presentation with a quote by an Islamic expert and scholar, Abdullahi Ahmed Na'im, who said, "Enforcing a Sharia through coercive power of the state negates its religious nature, because Muslims would be observing the law of the state and not freely performing their religious obligation as Muslims." Thank you for watching my presentation on Sharia, the enforcement of Islamic law. These are my references. If you have any questions or comments of your own understanding of Sharia law, please comment below.